What's up, everybody? Dr. Rossi, and today we're going to try something a little bit different. It's something that I haven't done before in a video, but I think it's an important time to try something new, so what the hell, we're going to give it a go. So today I'm going to answer the question, do psychiatrists get depressed? Because I think many times patients come to me and they see me and they feel like you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what it's like to be in my shoes, because you've never felt depressed. I can't tell you how many times I have a lovely person come in for an evaluation, and as we explore their reason for coming to see me, I'm always waiting for that one statement. And the statement usually goes something like this. I understand what you're telling me, Dr. Rossi, but you just don't know what it's like to be depressed. And always when I hear that, secretly I laugh a little bit in my head when it comes up, because I'm usually thinking, I can't believe this person doesn't believe that I might know what it's like to be depressed. See, I believe that we all know what it's like to be depressed from time to time because things happen. We lose people in our lives, relationships end, financial hardships hit us when we least expect it, or life just doesn't turn out the way we expect it to. Now, I'm not sure if I've ever told this story here on the channel. I don't think I have. But when I first started medical school, I had the goal of being a general surgeon. Actually, in fact, two of my pre-med mentors ran a very successful bariatric surgery clinic, and I wanted to join the team when I graduated. I was an excellent medical student, I always did good academically and scored high on exams, so I figured I'm well on my way to being the surgeon I always dreamed about being. Well, much like life in general, I was completely wrong, because my third year clerkship started with general surgery, and it was a long one. It was like 12 weeks. It was incredibly long. And from day one, I had a lot of anxiety. I don't think I was prepared for the rigorous schedule, the demands of the operating room, or any of the other things that I messed up on. The point is, I didn't become the rock star medical student that I thought I would be during that clerkship. And of course, naturally, I was crushed because I had not performed at my peak level, and honestly, I hated surgery. I just simply didn't like or enjoy the work. I think you guys can kind of see where this is going, right? My confidence was shaky. All the work that I did preparing to be a surgeon for the last several years was down the drain. I hit one of the lowest points in my life. My entire identity at that time was tied up in this career path, and I didn't know where I was going or what I was going to do. I was lost, completely lost. To top it all off, I happened to get a needle stick injury and had to go through the whole process of figuring out whether or not I had contracted hepatitis C. And I went to see my primary care doctor to undergo the testing necessary at the time, and I was talking to the doctor about the things that had happened during the surgery rotation and how I was feeling, and she said, "You seem really depressed." And naturally, I thought to myself, well, yeah, I'm at one of the lowest points of my life. Now, I had been transiently depressed prior to this event. I would say like occasionally things would happen in my life, like I said, but I never thought of it as a true disease. I was certainly at the lowest point of my life when I went to see her that day. And of course, as a result, she said, I think you need to start a medication. So I actually left the office that day with a prescription for escitalopram and with instructions to start with 5 milligrams and titrate to 10 after 2 weeks. Now, I really didn't feel like I needed medication, but I trusted my doctor and I gave it a chance. Personally, I don't like taking medications unless I absolutely need them. And in this case, I felt that there were some damn good reasons for why I felt the way I did. I only spent 2 weeks on the medication before tapering off, and in that time frame, I was lucky enough to start my psychiatry clerkship, and immediately my whole demeanor, my vibe changed. I loved the job. It felt right. It truly fit me like a glove, and I fell in love not only with the information, but also the patients. And most importantly, I felt like I could be great at psychiatry. Those depressed feelings that I had went away, they faded away. I found my purpose, and more importantly, I found my place in medicine. Now, This is an important lesson that I carry with me today when I see patients. And that is, not everyone you see who meets criteria for major depression has a true disease. I was never asked about my family history, course of illness, personality traits, and not everything is a disease in need of treatment. And this is where psychiatry sometimes gets it wrong, as well as primary care in the case that I'm discussing here. All this does not change the fact that, of course, I know what it's like to be depressed, and I think it makes me a better psychiatrist having had these experiences, and I can bring them to my patient interactions and help people in a more meaningful way. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the video there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this video to the end, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me to keep this thing going, and I will see you again in the next video.